Hello YouTube, this is Wheelchair21 and this is the review for Deluxe Daigunder figure Bulion. Bulion was pretty much the original, or I should say the original protagonist slash main character for Akira for his team before Ryuga and Daigu were made to make Daigunder. Bulion here was voiced by Bob Pappenbrook in the American dub and was really a great role for him, and in the character, it is a lion with golden decoed armor, chrome plate claws, and such. Not much can really say except that he's built on the pin system, so they do get loose over time, and the limbs tend to also get loose as well, and fall over, but it does have good points of articulation, but the way of how it's built actually ruins it actually looking realistically movable. It always looks like it's pouncing down or eating on its prey if it was a live animal. It can also transform and combine with Drimog, EagleArrow, and Daigunder to make Daigulion and use the Drimog and EagleArrow attachments. The actual figure itself does, like I say, combine using the two pegs up here to attach it as such, and we'll get into that transformation in just a bit. Alright, well, Bulion, in a sense, can combine with both Drimog or EagleArrow. For Drimog, pretty much, Drimog goes on butt end first of the top of his spine, snapping in easily as such, and pegs in. Pretty much looks most like his mole form with his legs now pushed up and back, and it shows his two drill-like missiles on the front end, allowing Bulion to dig or shoot targets out of the air. But because of his look and outlook of him pouncing down, it looks as if he's practically just using it to dig. Honestly, it is accurate to the show on how it combines and locks into place, but doesn't look too over-glorifyingly amazing. Now, as for EagleArrow, he actually goes on without a hitch. Now, and with EagleArrow attached, like I said, literally he's either laying on top of him or they're just practically combined, set in place. Like kind of like the Ninja Falcon Megazord, where the legs kind of go in and lock in place, allowing it to fly and such. Looks really overall a lot better and theatrically inclined to ignite the masses in amazement for this combination, as now Bulion's able to fly and attack from the sky, as well as attack with EagleArrow's sniper-like crossbow cannon. As such, in these versions of how they are able to perch atop of Bulion, they can also combine with Daigunder and Daigulion. Daigulion being the formation used when Bulion takes the centerpiece of Daigunder. But now, let's get on to the transformation. Now, for actually transforming Bulion, it's actually simplistic and easy. The first thing you actually have to do is pull off the entire back spine of his body and his tail end. So this actually pulls straight off the back, allowing you to then make it his battle claw when in robot form. Because as such, you flip the tail up and over, and now you have his three-pronged claw. And in doing so, you fold back his legs down and lock him into place, revealing his actual humanoid legs. Flip down his chest, revealing his actual face and chest piece as such. Flip over his arms, push his legs down in, and do it as such with the other arm, and place the claw on his right hand, which it easily just pegs right in. Now, once pegging in the claw, like I said, the weird thing about how his joints are made is his upper body, since it's a little heavier, does weigh down the joints and hips in his legs, creating him to hunch over and go back into lion form, which actually makes his lion form better, and actually his dramatical errors as a humanoid robot are inadequate because of how he transforms into his lion form and Daigulion, making it that he doesn't slim down certain areas of his body, permitting him to actually look normal as he does in the show, being more sublime and streamlined. But overall, to get him to become Daigulion, you actually take off his upper torso, and his butt and legs become his new weapon, the Daigulion Thunderclaw, and it attaches to Daigunder's right arm. In doing so, we will need to get Daigunder back up and running to combine him effectively. But to first do that, we need to get his chest piece, which simply just pulls straight off the bottom here. You pull, as I said, you pull off his chest, and it's easier to have it back in the lion form. But then, pulling off his chest as such, revealing him to be in his robot form. Now, his bottom legs are the easier part to transform, where you fold, flip out the leg, and then repeat. Fold, flip out, lock it in place, creating his weird crest with his thighs, folding in his legs as such, and you take his main claw, his crotch guard, pull that down to allow it to attach at the bottom of Daigunder's arm, and you pull the claw right off here and plug it into his upper thighs, back thighs. Alright, once it plugs in, you have his Thunderclaw and his finishing attack, main weapon for Daigulion. And to get his arms correctly in place, you pull out his arms, and practically you have to push back in his legs to get the claws to actually look adequately correct, to get him to become Daigulion. Alright, to push in his arms, all you gotta do is push them back in as if you're putting him into lion form, and fold up his legs, and repeat the steps to get the Daigulion chest formation. Once having the Daigulion chest formation, it will replace Ryuga to make Daigulion, and all you gotta do is connect in the claw, and you'll have Daigulion. Now this is Beast King Daigulion. Beast King Daigulion, with the chest piece in, looks amazingly well done, almost accurate to the show counterpart, and with his Thunder Claw, looks strikingly amazing. The cool fact is, he still is able to use Daigunder's cannon attack, as well as using the claw. Another cool feature, though, is he is still able to use Drimog and EagleArrow, such as Daigunder himself is able to, and all you need to actually do is keep them in their weapon modes, and easily replace the claw for EagleArrow, and put Drimog to his left arm, which is a simple combination. Then once replacing both the arm, well, I should not say replacing, but attaching both EagleArrow and Drimog, it allows Daigulion to use its trifecta cannon attack, using both in tandem the Drimog missiles, EagleArrow's arrow launcher, and also Daigunder's dragon cannon effectively into a trifecta of a tri-attack, one of the most devastating attacks in its arsenal. Overall, really well composed and great way to combine these four sets into one character. The fact that all the main leaders of the other teams for Team Akira are actually able to combine with Daigunder, make it a new body, is great, really fantastic. I really recommend that if you want to buy Bulion to make Daigulion, try to find it for very cheap, or in a deal with Drimog and EagleArrow to complete at least the original members of Team Akira. Since Team Akira was composed of Daigunder, Bulion, Drimog, and EagleArrow. I would say try to get EagleArrow, Drimog, and Bulion for less than 3,000 before your shipping and handling fees, but you may have to comply to the middlemen or people on eBay for higher prices. I do, though, insist that if you just like the show, watch it. If you don't really want the toys, you don't have to get them. But they're really worth the purchase for being such well-made figures in the early 2000s. As for now, I hope you liked this video. I insist for you to subscribe, like, comment, and check out my channel and all my other friends and associates. please check out herotaku.com for all our news and media, along with podcasts. Check out me on Twitter, Wheelchair21, Taja_Doyle on Instagram. You can also check out the personal Twitters for the podcast, Toku Anime News, WRRW. And other than that, my ways of contact are down below in the description. So if you want to get me on Twitter yet again, and you have not heard at Wheelchair21 or at Taja_Doyle, they're still down below for you to click on. Highly recommend that you should check out all the other videos and really check out Daigunder, because it's a really great anime and a really great show that is overlooked by the masses. The dub is also kind of mediocre because it was late 90s Saban era dub, so it may be bad on your ears. But overall, I love it. Love the figure. Great times. Hope you enjoyed the review. And we'll see you next time with EagleArrow and Drimog in a two-set review. And after that, we'll get Bone Rex. And we'll see you next time.